Welcome. Thank you for joining. This is the Fred Effect. We have the biggest study abroad content platform. We make our content in a more inspiring and motivational manner so that you who want to study abroad will take ideas and information from it to better your process. So I'm originally from Ghana, happened to go through the study abroad process, having two masters and then on a PhD at the moment. So I share ideas and information on how you can also get it done. The idea is that the process you want to go through, people have been through the visa interview, the admission process, the scholarship, the schools you want to study at, people are already studying there. So if you are able to talk to such individuals who have experience in going through the process, experience in the process, and the opportunity to assist thousands of people to go through, it makes it easier so that you can also do it. So I hop on some of these X spaces to be able to share my ideas and information and thoughts on how you can also be successful with the process. I keep on saying that if people who have been successful with something were willing and able to share the ideas and information with you and I, it would have been easier for us to also achieve it. So this is a quick Q&A. It was not scheduled. So if you have a question, you can just put in the request. I will approve it, and then I'll be able to address your question. Remember that most of the universities that are expecting that people come in the fall semester, which begins in spring, the August and September, have already started issuing out admissions and scholarship letters and all that. So if you have already applied, then be hopeful that you will hear from the schools very soon. If it doesn't go as expected, that's not the end of life. We leave and hope that we can try again. So the spring semester starts in January. Most of the universities will still start accepting applications. The good thing is that there are still some universities that do what we call rolling admission. What it means is that whenever you are ready, there is always a school to apply to. So put in the request. If you have a question, I'll be happy to respond to it. Let me know where you're tuning in from. What is the time at your end? That'll be super helpful. If you're new on the platform, this is the Fred Effect. We create content on how you can study abroad. So how to apply to these universities, the scholarships available for you to apply to, the background you have. It doesn't matter whether you have a low CGPA, you are not from a good home. There's always a school to apply for free. I stand on the notion that there's always a school for everyone. If you're not getting a school to apply to, it means that you're not choosing the right school that fits your profile. Of course, there are certain requirements that some schools have that you may not be able to meet, but there's always a school for everyone to apply. Yours is to be able to figure out which school that would, consider your current qualification and the document you're able to put together to give you the scholarship and the admissions you're seeking for. So yeah, at the moment, if you are expecting an admission notice, remember that not every school has issued out the admissions for fall. So if you've not received admission yet, you have to be a little bit patient. And if it is possible to reach out to the school to ask them, when to expect the admission notice. If you've gotten admission without a scholarship, we have a video on our platform explaining the various steps you can go through to be able to get it. If you are also preparing for visa interview, we wish you all the best. We do have a mock interview platform that you can request on Instagram and join so that you can be rehearsing and practicing for your visa interview. So studying abroad is possible. Don't undermine or underrate yourself. You can also do it. People who have been able to do it are not better than you are. They are from the same institution you graduated from. They are from the same country you are, and they were able to do it. They are not too much of a special human being, you understand? So you can also do it. I do not have any requests yet, but if you have questions, I would appreciate it if you share so that other people can join in. Because this was not scheduled, a lot of people do not know we are live now. So share the space so that other people can join in. If you're watching us on any other platform, maybe on Instagram, on Facebook, you can also put your questions in the chat. I'll be happy to read them and respond to your questions in the order. All right, so George, you have the microphone. You can go ahead and ask your question. Hi, George. Kindly unmute your microphone. Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Fred.
Yeah, please go on.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. Please, thank you very much for the good work that you've been doing. I've been following for some time. My question is, looking at the timeline for fall 2025 admissions, I've gotten some admissions, yes, quite a number of them, but we are still in the process of assistantship and funding. Yes, so looking at the timeline, would it be expedient that I submit maybe my financial document, receive my I-20 before the graduate assistantship and funding, or I should just take my time, wait and get them?
Yeah, that's a good question. Congrats on your admissions in the first place. I'm happy for you. So it would be advisable to, get the I-20 if you can, to be able to start the visa processes, so that you wouldn't have to struggle with getting dates and all that. So the good thing is that once you have the I-20 and you start a process, and then the school, issues the scholarship letter, they will be happy to modify or maybe update your I-20 for you so that you use it for the visa interview. So it's always advisable that, you can get your I-20, start a visa process, and later on, if the school updates the I-20 for you, can use that for the interview.
Asking this on the basis that, in fact, I have like 8 admissions now. And there are other schools that the admission is pending though, but they've scheduled me for a graduate assistantship interview. So I'm considering all of these factors. That what if I receive maybe an offer, let me see, better than what I've gotten?
There's always a way around it. The first thing is that you can decide to wait because we are in the early days of March. Of course, fall semester begins in August, right? There sometimes there's so much, about not getting a proper interview date. Mostly the embassy releases dates. You can get, and this time around, you have 4 chances to reschedule. So you can even get an unfavorable date later on, and then you can either reschedule or put in an emergency request. So that would 100% depend on you. I really understand the situation you're in. That is one of the ways. The second way is that if you schedule a date, remember that you can always call the embassy that maybe I scheduled an interview date with University A I-20, but now I want to go to University B. Then they can make the changes in the system for you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, let's talk to Clinton. Hi, Clinton. How are you doing?
Good day, Mr. Fred. Good day, everyone. So I'm Clinton. I'm from UPSA final year. So, Mr. Fred, I wanted to ask you about colleges outside, like specifically.
Your environment is a little bit windy, so it's making it difficult to hear you. If you could secure a favorable location, that would be great. It's a bit windy at your end, so it's making it difficult to hear you. All right. Let's see if we can pick another person. So thank you for tuning in, Moro. We appreciate you. Eddie, the medication guru, you're watching us on YouTube as well. Okay. God bless you, Fred, for the wonderful works you're doing. Linus, God bless you too. Watching from Liberia. Just Sam. Okay, let's talk to Elisha. Hi, Elisha, please go ahead and mute your microphone if you could hear me. Hi, Elisha, can you please hear me? Go ahead. Okay, Faith is tuning in from Delta State, Nigeria. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, good afternoon, Elijah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Go ahead with your question,
I
sir.
I had an admission to Missouri University of Science and Technology for spring 2026, and I was offered the admission came with a scholarship of $15,000 split between 2 semesters. That's 7,500 per semester. So I wanted to know how best I can acquire additional scholarship to that.
So we have a whole video dedicated to such a challenge. So if you can check on our YouTube channel, we do have admission with partial or no scholarship, how to go about it. I took my time to explain, and in your case, I know as an undergraduate, I took my time to explain how, as an undergraduate, you should approach it, and how, if you have a graduate admission, you should approach it. So the process is a little bit different when you're an undergrad. So I would encourage you to check out that video on the Fred Effect YouTube platform. All right. Okay. Collins, please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
All right. Good afternoon from my end here. I'm calling. I'm speaking from Ghana.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So my question is just simple. I wanted to ask: is there an age limit for a bachelor's degree in the States? And then, if there is, what age it's most appropriate for someone who wants to study bachelor's degree in the US?
The oldest person I have assisted was 36 years old. I doubt that there is any admission requirement that actually indicates that you need to be this number of years old. So definitely admission requirements would differ from university to university or college to college, but mostly there are no limits to that in terms of.
Okay. Yes, sorry. So my question was based on some things that I've seen, especially with this Nigerian study abroad influencers and all that. And they always say that if you're above 23 years, don't even bother going for a bachelor's, because you will definitely get admission, but then you'll be bounced at the embassy.
Oh, okay. Your question was centered on, is there an age limit in terms of admission? The processes when it comes to an admission to a school is different from the processes when it comes to going for a visa interview. Technically, everybody can get approved at the embassy. I think that if you have an I-20, you have an equal chance of getting approved just like any other person. What I would encourage you to do is to stay positive. Like I said, the oldest person I have personally had the opportunity to assist to go through this process was 36 years old. So why would a 20-year-old be denied? So it's a visa denial or approval has got nothing to do with your age limit. A lot of factors come together. So if you know somebody who was 20-something years old going for a bachelor's degree and they got denied, does not necessarily mean that everybody who is 20 years and over going for a bachelor's degree will get denied. A lot of factors come together. I would encourage you that if you have an admission and you're over 20 years, you have to take your time, prepare for the actual interview. Now, listen, once you have an admission to a school, it means that the school has assessed your credentials. Remember, with every school that you are applying to, you'll be asked to type in your date of birth. So technically, the school knows your age before giving you the admission. Now, once you have an admission and then you have been able to, schedule for a visa interview, you have an equal chance of getting approved, just like any other person, right? There are people who are very young, maybe 20-something going for a PhD and yet do not get the visa. Does that mean that everybody who is younger should not go for a PhD? No, it doesn't work like that. So if you're listening to me, and that's why some of us come in the system to create a content that will not put fear in people, but would encourage and inspire people to do this process. Let me know if you have a second question, sir.
No, please. I'm very much okay now. Thank you so much. God bless you for all you do.
Obo, please go ahead. Obo, kindly unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone.
There's a bit of noise. I don't know, for some reason there's a bit of noise.
Yeah, it is raining here. So yeah, it is
Okay,
raining.
let's see if we can manage this. Kindly go ahead.
All right. So some of us we computed school for about 5 or 6 years ago.
Can you not speak in a generic form? Can you speak for yourself?
Come again.
Can you not speak in a generic term? You said some of us. You are one person. Please speak for yourself.
Oh yeah. All right. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
for me, I computed school 2017, and we have been on the professional field for so many years. Let's say 7 years. And when it comes to the recommendation letters, it has issue for us. I don't know whether we should go in for professional recommendation or academic recommendation, because one of my lecturers told me that he has retired and he wouldn't be able to do this recommendation for me. And then I'm a bit confused when it comes to this recommendation thing. So I don't know whether I should go in for my professional recommendations or any other recommendations.
I love your question. So understand that some programs, like I studied public administration, it's a professional field. So most of the universities would even encourage you to at least have some work experience, just like you do, which is perfect. That will be captured on your CV correctly. And so it would be great that you have some professional recommenders. Not, it doesn't all the time have to be academic recommendations. If you have been working for some time, the professional recommendation will really help. The good thing is that if you're able to get your supervisors at work to be able to put in a good recommendation for you, that will be perfect. You do not necessarily all the time have to use only academic recommendations. All right, let's talk to Tete. Tete, you have the floor now. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. This is the Fred Effect, the biggest study abroad content platform. The family is about 106 on Facebook. We are 170 one on YouTube, and then we are about 45,000 on X, and also on Instagram close to 20,000. On TikTok it's about 160,000. So this is a testament to the kind of work we've been putting in terms of the study abroad space. Be part of the family. Click on the subscribe button, follow, like, and then share this with people that you love, that that they will find the content we put out valuable in terms of working on the study abroad process. Tete, you have the microphone. Kindly go ahead.
All right. Please, is it good afternoon or whatever?
We are on a different time zone, so no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I recently gained admission to, not recently, just today, I received admission to Northeastern, but I think I got the London campus instead, and then I had a scholarship of 3,500 pounds, and then my tuition is around 24,000. So I want to know if I will get other scholarships around UK, or I don't know how I will have to go about it. And then I'm also requested to. Yeah, I'm listening. Oh, okay. So I am also required to pay an amount of 3,000 pounds as initial deposit or something like that. I saw something like that. I even sent it to you on Instagram, but it seems you've not read it yet.
Kindly let me know what your question is exactly.
Yeah, so I'm asking if there will be other forms of scholarship that I can apply for, because clearly they stated that I have a scholarship of 3,500 pounds. So is there a situation where I can check or seek for other scholarships too as well? Because I can't.
Yeah. So congrats on the admission. So what happens is that not every admission notice, like you mentioned, you just got it today. So not every admission notice automatically comes with the entire scholarship. So you need to read on the department website to be able to understand how scholarships are awarded. Sometimes admission decisions are given, a merit scholarship given, and then later on scholarship decisions are made. Depending on what program you applied for, they may have a procedure. Maybe a separate application has to be submitted for you to be awarded additional scholarship. Read on the department website, and you have to accept the offer. The good thing is that we do have a specific video explaining all the various ways you can go through if you receive admission with a partial scholarship or no scholarship. I gave about 10 different procedures. I would highly suggest that you go to the YouTube channel and then check out that video, see what you can apply to your process. But remember, you need to accept the offer, and then at least in the first place, email the head of the department of the program, express gratitude for being considered for the admission. Sometimes admission decisions can be accepted by an email, and then you have an opportunity to ask whether there will be an automatic later on consideration for scholarship. If so, when would those letters be released? If you need to submit a separate application to be considered for assistantship, can they send you the link or a document to fill out? Because if it requires a separate application, then you have to do that. Will an interview be required before you get a scholarship? So if you watch that video, it clearly explains the various ways you can go through to secure additional scholarship. Congrats on your admission, bro. Let's talk to Ziggy. Ziggy, please unmute your microphone and go ahead. Ziggy, can you hear me? All right, thank you for joining Delali. So Delali has a YouTube channel. Delali is a graduate student in Canada. He's doing good in terms of creating content to assist you go through the process. If this is your first time encountering him, check out the Delali Network on YouTube and also follow him on X as well. Ziggy, please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Fred.
Good afternoon, sir.
And good afternoon to everybody who is listening. My name is Bismarck. I recently gained admission. I've gained 2 admissions, one to Oakland University, and then a recent one to University of Missouri, University of Central Missouri. But then I have already failed my DS 160 in the name of Oakland University, and then again, I'm asking, is it possible to change the DS 160 as I've gotten another admission to the University of Central Missouri? Is it possible for me to, change the Oakland and then replace it with the UCM, University of Central Missouri? That is my question.
So first of all, congrats on the admission. Have you submitted the DS 160?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Have you scheduled an interview date?
No, I haven't scheduled yet.
But have you created the AVITS portal?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So if you've not scheduled an interview date, remember that before you schedule a date, the system will ask you of the DS-160 confirmation number, the number that begins with AA00, right?
Yes, true.
So what happens is that then you need to create a new DS-160. And this is my suggestion. Do not be in a rush to submit your DS-160. The reason is that you need to get people to review it for you. Also, try and save a copy of the DS-160, even though you wouldn't need it for the interview, but you will need to go through the answers you have produced to them whilst preparing for your interview. So first of all, don't be in a rush to submit it. Second, keep a copy of it. So since you've submitted it, you will need to create a new one in order to use the details of the new school you want to use. And it's good that you've not scheduled a date, but in case you had scheduled a date, it was just a matter of raising a ticket in the AVITS portal, and the embassy will change those details for you.
Okay, thank you very much. And then please, I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Can you please add me to the how do we call this? Those who are being trained for the interview. Yeah, the interview.
Sure. So this is what you do. You send us a message on Instagram, and then you share maybe any details about your appointment, and they will be happy to add you to it.
Okay, sure. Sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. Thank you.
House of Learning, please go on.
Mr. Fred, thank you very much for reminding me to join this space. Like I said, I sent you a message on your DM. I've gotten admission in Northern Illinois University, and I've reached out to the coordinator in charge, and I've already submitted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
The name of the school is Northern Illinois. Don't mention the S. Can you repeat after
Okay.
me? Northern Illinois, not S.
Okay.
Don't add it to it.
Northern Illinois University.
Good. Go ahead.
So I've gotten an admission, and I've reached out to the program director, which he has also sent me a request that I should submit a GA form, which I have already submitted. And he also said that this month we'll get a feedback. So I wanted to ask, should I wait for the feedback on the graduate assistantship feedback before I start reaching to other departments for funding? That's my first question.
That would be the ideal thing to do, but that would not be the most favorable thing to do, because the feedback could be either positive or negative. My prayer is that it goes positive for you, but you don't also want to make it look as if searching for other department will mean that you are not interested in what your department is going to offer you.
Okay, thank you.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
So I can still wait.
The professors communicate among themselves, right? You don't want your decision to seek elsewhere look as if like you are not interested in what your department is going to offer you.
All right. Yes, it's true. Thank you.
All right. Let's talk to Frimpong. Frimpong, how are you doing? Hi, Frimpong. Your microphone is muted. Kindly unmute it. Okay, Frimpong is not ready. So
yes, I'm ready. I'm ready, Fred.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My name is Frimpong Emmanuel, as you mentioned, and I have gotten admission into Kansas State University. But the school is asking me to upload my financial statement for I-20. But my department has asked me to apply for graduate assistantship on 2 occasions, of which is the decision is pending. So do you think I should go ahead and upload the financial statement, or I should wait a bit to hear from my department on regards to the graduate assistantship?
Okay, so I know that could be very confusing. So first of all, congrats on the admission. So what happens is that these departments work separately. So for example, the graduate admissions office that gave you admission, it's very different from your department. Your department will recommend you for admission, and then your department is going to give you the scholarship. However, the email you've been receiving about I-20 is from a different department, which is the international office, right?
Sure.
So for them, they need financial documents. The financial document could be the scholarship letter from your department. So imagine that if your department even offers you scholarship, you don't expect that the people responsible for I-20 or the international office will automatically know. You would have to send that letter to them. You get it?
Yeah.
So for them, their business is that you are an international student, you've received admission, they need those documents to process your I-20 for you. So you have to maybe tell them that you want to wait until funding decisions from your department is out, and then they would be patient with you. So they don't know how you're going to fund your education. It could be the scholarship from your department, whatever. So their duty is to reach out to you to tell you the next stages of your process. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So they may have no idea about your intention to secure scholarship from your department. You may have to communicate to them. So if you have maybe a financial document, and then because of the getting a date earlier and stuff like that, you want to secure it so that later on when you get a scholarship, you get your I-20 updated, that is absolutely fine. Alternatively, you can email them and let them know that you are waiting for assistantship decision from your department. And when you get that document, you'll be able to send it to them so that your I-20 will be released. It
Yeah,
depends
so
on you.
I've done that. I've sent them an email, and the representative is still insisting that what if I don't get the assistantship? So I should go ahead and upload the statement so that it won't delay the process.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That it would delay the visa process, but that also depends on you. For them, they are doing their job, right?
All right.
So if you believe that the assistantship is secured, and then by the time you get your I-20, it would be you have enough time to be able to schedule an interview date and stuff like that, because they know the waiting times, and they are concerned that maybe you wouldn't be able to secure a date earlier. They also understand that if the assistantship is secured, they will be able to update the I-20 for you.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine.
All right, let's talk to Emmanuel Chairman. Hi, Emmanuel.
Hi, Mr. Fred.
Go ahead.
Please, I have a 2-year diploma in IT and I want to top up for a degree. Is it possible to get a scholarship with my diploma qualification? And also, when applying, will my WASI results be required, or will the admission be solely on my diploma?
So it depends on the university. So the answer to your question is yes. You will be able to use your 2-year diploma to apply as a transfer student. Please listen to this very well, because if you have some college credit, you apply as a continuing, that's what we call it in Ghana, continuing student or a transfer student. You wouldn't apply as a freshman. And then depending on the university, they may take only the diploma transcript, or assume that because you have a diploma, then you might definitely have a high school document as well. So it depends on the university in question. Some universities will require the high school document, others would only depend on your diploma document. And for some universities, if you're applying as a transfer student, because you're an international student, they will request for evaluation. But if you use your high school, they may not request for the evaluation. So yeah, the answer to your question is definitely a yes.
Okay. Mr. Fred, please, what about the scholarship?
Obviously, in terms of undergraduates, most of them comes with a merit-based scholarship. However, to get additional scholarship, it's either you complete what we call the CSS profile or international student, scholarship application document. And mostly, if you have what we call the SAT or the ACT, it really helps in terms of securing, in terms of the school paying for everything. So the major caveat here for undergraduate scholarship when it comes to the US is having a good SAT score or ACT score, or opting for a school that will give you a merit scholarship and giving you an opportunity to complete the CSS profile or international student scholarship application document.
All right. So please, you are suggesting that the SAT will be the best if you have one.
So another thing people do not understand is that if you sit for the SAT and you do not get good scores, it's more or less like not sitting for it. So what happens is that the scholarships are there. Like if you check the university website, they will tell you if you have this score, this is the money we will give you. So normally the scholarship depends on the score, not just sitting for it. So if you are sitting for it, then you make sure that you get very good score. That would increase your chances of getting the school to pay for everything. Let's talk to Joshua. Hi, Joshua. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. And you?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm an undergraduate, so I was like thinking if, because the SAT is kind of different in my country, because the place I'm in Liberia and I'm like in another country, so where I am, there is no center for the SAT. So in order to secure a fully funded scholarship as a bachelor is gonna be kind of tough. So I wanted to get some info from you.
So what's the question?
Yeah, if it could be possible, like if I could complete my bachelor's in my country and then continue for the master, bro.
Yeah, I mean, SAT is only for undergraduate applications. Masters do not require SAT. Masters is normally GRE or GMAT, which may be optional for some programs. So if you have a bachelor's degree, you don't have to worry about SAT.
Okay, because I got admission from Winstead College, but there is no funding at all. I try measures in the school, financial.
Okay, let's talk to Cole. Hi, Cole. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank
Please
you,
go ahead
Mr.
with your
Fred.
question.
Yes, my worry is I want to know
No,
if you are.
don't start with a worry. You can't be worried in this world. There's a lot of things going
All
on. Be
right.
happy. So what are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for having life and
Exactly.
having gotten
So
here.
put your question in a more positive manner. You are too young to be worrying at the moment, bro.
All right, thank you. So my issue
My
is a bit of
question
an
is,
Yeah, okay. My question is, in applying for graduate programs, there's someone like me who has a diploma, and then before proceeding for the bachelor's, 1 year or 2 years bachelor's, in applying, do we add both? Is this at a point where you are asked what you have? If you choose a bachelor, probably a bachelor of education or a BEd, and then do you, in completing the process, upload both transcripts? I mean, from the diploma and then that of the 1 year top up.
that's a good question. Let me answer based on the answers you're going to give me for my questions. Did you have a diploma and then a top up in different schools?
Yes.
Yeah. So what happens is that they give you an opportunity to type in all the educational institutions you have attended. So for the diploma, for example, what I advise people to do is to put in, if it's a 2-year diploma, then you put in associate degree. Over here, that's how they call it. So over here, when you have like a high school, they call it high school diploma. So when you tell them you have a diploma, it confuses them. Do you get it?
Okay.
They call it associate degree. So maybe church, a training college. I had an associate degree in education, right?
Okay.
Then you go and enter. You close that chapter. You upload a transcript over there. Then you go and enter where you had your bachelor's, maybe University of Cape Coast. Then you have a bachelor's degree in this. So when they see the associate and then the bachelor's degree, they understand. But what happens is that in cases where they require transcript evaluation, you are going to evaluate the two of them together. The evaluation company is going to do that. Then they will send your transcript to them, combining the two of them. But when you are entering your education in the system, you make sure you divide it into the associate degree and then the bachelor's degree.
Okay, please, just a follow-up. Well, you mentioned that if it's a 2 years diploma, but in the case of 3-year diploma, do you associate it as associate also?
So if you have so that's a good question. I like that. If you have maybe a 3-year diploma and then a 2-year top up, right? Then you want to enter maybe a 3-year bachelor's degree. Then you add your top up to it. So it will be important that. So the whole thing is that you are trying to make them understand your qualification. Let me ask you something. Have you heard sophomore before?
Sophomore, yes, I have.
Yes. What is it?
Well, I heard the name, but I'm not sure what it means.
Okay. So that's the same thing. So if you come here and you tell somebody that you are in level 100, level 200, they don't understand.
Okay.
So in the level 100 or the first year, they call it freshman.
Okay.
So if you say that, if somebody is coming to Ghana and they tell you that, oh, I'm in the freshman year, you would also be confused if you're an admission officer, right?
Yes.
The same thing. So the point is trying to make them understand your qualifications so that they will know how to analyze your application or your document. So
okay.
In the first year, level 100, they call it freshman. Level 200, they call it sophomore. If I didn't come to this country, I didn't know that. Me the minimum level 200. So level 300, they call it, I think, junior year, and then level 400 is senior year. So they don't know what level, those levels that we refer to, they don't understand. So you can also decide that whether you are going to combine your transcript or whatever, get maybe a separate document and explain that maybe I have a 3-year bachelor's degree or I have a 3-year college qualification with this number of credits from this school. I also had, a 2-year qualification with this number of credit from this school. So if I combine, I'm having this number of credit hours with 5 years of bachelor's degree, so that it will make sense to them and say, oh, this, because what they really understand is the straight 4-year bachelor's degree.
Okay.
But the education system in most countries is a little bit different, just like me explaining the sophomore, the junior year, senior year.
All right.
Yeah.
Then this
All
is
right.
clear. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let's talk to another person. There was no lady so far. The ladies don't want to study abroad or what? Anyway, shout out to the ladies. Request and ask questions as well. Lexus, let's talk to Lexus. Lexus Coffee, let's go on. Hi Lexus, let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I think Lexus is not ready. So if you're just tuning in, you're welcome. This is an impromptu space. What we do is to hang on here to be able to respond to your questions on studying abroad. Sometimes you just need a little clarification on something you're working on, and that will make the way clear for you. So if you're looking forward to studying abroad, this is the biggest study abroad content platform. Click on the subscribe button, follow on Facebook, also like. If you have any questions, obviously you can send us a message on Instagram. Unfortunately, because some people are trying to use our brand and create an account and scam people, stuff like that, we only respond to messages on Instagram. The Instagram handle is verified. Just search for the Fred Effect and then drop us a message. Maybe you want to just say hi, you're working on something, you want clarifications, schools to apply to, stuff like that. You can just send us a message on Instagram. We'll be happy to respond to you. This and every Saturday we do have what we call the Study Abroad podcast. This is what we do. We invite people who have been through the study abroad process, studying in different countries, so that they share their experience, their journey, the schools they apply to, the universities they are studying at, their programs they are studying, how they even got their scholarship, so that it makes it easier. If you want to study abroad, you can learn from those experiences. So if you visit our YouTube channel, you go to the under the live section, we've interviewed like a lot of people who, and the good thing is in every video, these individuals are mentioning the schools they are. There are some schools, it might be the first time you're hearing about it. So when you watch it, you write it down, you go and search about it, and then you may be able to apply to those universities depending on the program. So scholarships are available, scholarships are possible day in, day out. People are gaining admissions and scholarships. I'm happy to know that, when I started the live session, people are mentioning that somebody said he has gotten admission to 8 universities, right? So if you decide to push through, definitely it will work out for you. Would it be easy? No, it's not easy. If it was easy, like everybody would have done it. But is it possible? Yes, it's possible. You can do it. Samuel, please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, Fred from Ghana. I'm from Ghana, and I would like to ask, per my research, I found out that for your degree to be qualified as bachelor's, it should be 120 credit hours or more. I don't know if it is true.
It depends on the country you are using it to apply.
So let's say I'm using it. This study abroad is for specifically for US and Canada. So I'm using it for US.
So what happens is that the best person to determine whether your transcript will be accepted or not is the head of the department of the program, who is going to consider you for the admission.
Okay.
So normally the suggestion will be that you share your transcript with them. You ask whether you can go ahead and apply if you'll be considered for the admission. So they are the best people to determine whether they would admit you or not.
Okay. Thank you.
Right, let's talk to another person. Okay, Samuel, please go on.
I just came on right now. So.
All right, thank you. Then let me pick another person. Let's see. All right. All right, so Sandra, you have the microphone. Kindly unmute your microphone. Go ahead. Sandra, please unmute your microphone and go ahead. Okay, Sandra is not ready, so let's pick another person. Let's see.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Fred. So my name is Sandra. I'm also from Ghana, and my thing is that when I decided to pursue opportunities abroad, to study abroad, I had already completed my bachelor's for close to, it's been 17 years now, actually.
Hi,
So,
Sandra.
Hello.
Hi. Are you like? It looks like you're panting. Relax, right? We are not running anywhere. Take your time.
No, it's just that I had to walk to get away from the noise. So, sorry.
No problem. So you need some time to calm down.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so as I mentioned, it's been some time. It's been past a decade since I completed my bachelor's. So my issue was also with recommendation letters. I was struggling to get them. So I made a decision to go back to school here to pursue a master's. So I'm actually almost done. I'll be completing somewhere in October. But my issue is that I don't want to apply for a PhD. I don't think that is where I'm at. So is it okay if I apply for second master's? And now my question is that I'll just be coming straight out of another master's into another one, and also with the issue with the age. So I wanted to know if it's advisable to make this move.
I recently graduated from my second master's degree, so yeah, you can. The second thing is that the only you try as much as possible not to apply for the same program. So the second master should obviously be a little bit different from, and there should be a justification both in your SOP and for the interview why you're opting for a second master's. Age, there's in terms of age, most universities do not have like restrictions of age, like you have to be this number of years before you apply to study abroad. No.
Sorry.
Okay, so Madam Sandra, it looks like your background is a little bit noisy, so let's talk to another person. Hi, Drew.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon.
Please go on.
I'm Drew from Ghana. So I gained admission to Duke University and Illinois Tech for masters, but the funding is not really good.
I don't know why. Are you using a headset? We're having a little bit of feedback.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, this is far better. Go ahead.
Okay, so I got admission to Duke University and Illinois Tech for my masters, but the funding for Duke is just $12,000 and Illinois Tech is $12,000 too. So I wanted to know how I'll go about it. You talked about graduate assistantships and stuff, but can I get your video? I'm looking for the specific video, but I'm not really getting it on YouTube.
So if you go to the YouTube channel, I think it has about 90,000 views. It's admission with no scholarship. Do this. That's the thumbnail. I'm trying to see if I can get the title. Yeah. So the thumbnail says admission with no scholarship. Do this, and the title is how to get 100% full ride scholarship abroad. It was posted like a year ago. It has about 90,000 views already. All right, let's talk to another person. Let's see who is coming. Hi, Mensa, please, you have the microphone. Kindly unmute it and go ahead. So thank you for coming on, Jew. Let's talk to Mensa. Hi, Mensa. Okay, Mensa is not ready, so let's wait.
Hello. Hello, Fred.
Yeah, Mensa, please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Hi, Fred.
Yeah, please go on.
Yeah, my name is Benson from Ghana.
Yeah, please go on, sir. But please go ahead. Okay, it's not ready.
Hello.
Yeah, please go on.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I got admission at the University of Buffalo for my master's degree.
For some reason, your voice is a little bit far. Are you using a headset?
Yes, please.
That's not helping. If you could maybe take it off, probably we'll hear you better.
Is it okay?
Let's see if we can talk to Solash. Solash, please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Yeah, Fred, good afternoon from my end.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I had admission to Montclair State University, and they are requiring for $1,000 tuition deposit. But my dilemma is that I reached out to the graduate coordinator, and he said that I need to pay the $1,000 before I get access to a student email where the GA decisions will be sent to. Now, I need your advice on this, on what to do next, since the $1,000 is like huge money and all that.
When you say you reach out to the coordinator, what did you reach out about?
So I reached out about the GA, inquiring about the GA, and he was like, I needed to know about the processes. So he was like, I should pay the tuition deposit. That's where the GA decisions will be sent to. So if I don't pay, so directly if I don't pay the tuition deposit, it means that I've disqualified myself from.
No, it doesn't mean that. So I recently made a video speaking about that. So you can ask that the deposit be credited to your student account, not they waiving it. Normally, if you say they should waive it, they will not listen to that. Can it be credited to your student account so that after getting the visa, you pay? If you make them understand that visa interview is not 100% guaranteed. There is visa application for you to pay. There is service fee for you to pay. If they could kindly, how you type this email is very important as to whether they will listen to you or not. Normally people will just say that, can you waive it? No, they will not waive it.
Okay.
If you ask them to, you said, so the thing is that they will tell you that the enrollment deposit would be credited to your student account when you get here, right? That's the thing.
Yes.
So you tell them that, can they do that now? Like, can they credit it to your student account, give you an opportunity to set up the school email and stuff like that, so that when you get the visa, then you can go ahead and pay. Also, you need to find out whether the money will be refundable or non-refundable. So it's not only about the opportunity to be able to access the student account and be able to apply for the GA. It's also about, if visa is approved, cool. If it's not approved, is the money refundable?
Okay, Fred. Thanks a lot.
All right. So let's see if that option will work for you.
All right.
Congrats on your admission. Let's talk to Delight. Delight himself. Hi, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Fred. I'm Delight from Ghana.
Please go on.
Well, my question is that I would like to know if it's really advisable to use a sponsorship who is currently living in the States now.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your ability to know, the conditions of the person, as well as if the person's current circumstance will not negatively affect your chances of getting the visa approved, right? Okay. So, would you be able to answer every question about the person? How did the person get to the US? What did the person do? Does he, what work does the person do? Is he a permanent resident? Is he a citizen? Is he a non-immigrant? Those factors. But the fact that people think that if you know somebody here, automatically you get denied is not true.
Okay. And also, I have one more question also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, about the bank statement, is it advisable to use the bank statement used to request for the I-20 and the one you sent to the visa interview?
No, you have to put your question well. I don't get it.
Well, can I use the same bank statement I used to request for my I-20 and use maybe a different statement for my visa interview?
Okay, so if the question is, the answer is yes. Is it advisable? No, it's not.
Okay.
So whatever you want to do, you can. But is it advisable? No, it's not.
So it's advisable to use same bank statement for the I-20 and visa interview.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you
Now,
very
the
much.
reason, remember that the embassy do not have specific requirements when it comes to these financial documents. They have requirements on maybe how your passport picture should look like and stuff like that. So the reason why you're sending a statement to the embassy is because your school requested for it. Because technically you can get your visa approved with only your passport and I-20 and yes, once the confirmation, stuff like that. But because you sent a statement to the embassy, that's why you need to a statement to your school before your I-20 was released. That's why when going to the embassy, you need to carry it along as well. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Okay, yeah, I understand now.
All right, let's talk to Optimus Prime. Optimus, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Fred.
Please go on, sir.
Okay, I would like to know, is paying the tuition deposits, does it give you a higher edge for your visa to be approved? Because probably it might signify that you really committed to go to school in the US.
They may not even know or ask about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they may not even know because most schools do not require enrollment deposit.
Okay.
So they may not even know that you paid a tuition deposit, and they may not be even indicated on any of your documents that enrollment deposit has been paid. So the visa preparation should be done, holistically. Like you see, the embassy do not have control on the school as to who to give admission to or not. The same way, the school do not have control over the embassy as to who to give visa to or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So you prepare as if not everything is at stake and don't depend on some people even pay part of their fees, not even enrollment deposit.
Wow.
Oh yeah, some people they pay part of their fees. Doesn't mean paying part of your fees does not mean 100%. Exactly.
Okay. And my second question is there a way that some schools help in facilitating that you get approval, maybe liaise with the embassy
like
on your behalf?
They do not have the embassy do not have control on the school on who to give admission to. Those are based on the university assessing your credentials and deeming it fit that you qualify to be admitted into the university or the program. The same way, the school cannot interfere with the activities of the embassy, telling them who to give visa to and who not to give visa to. Do you get a point?
Yes, I do. I do now.
So solely you have to try and prove. The school can more or less help you get all the documents you need to prepare for the visa interview. They can probably organize mock sessions for you to prepare and stuff like that. But they cannot tell the embassy that because we have admitted this student, compulsory you need to give visa to them. No.
Wonderful.
Some people can even get a visa and at the point of entry, they will not allow them to enter.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's been a great conversation. This was an impromptu space. I appreciate you for requesting to ask your questions. I enjoy responding to them. Let's continue to help ourselves in that order. I hope this has been insightful. The schools that people were mentioning, the admissions people have had, I think it's very inspiring to hear that people are working on the process, they are getting admissions and all that. So yeah, on Saturday there will be what we call the Study Abroad podcast. I'll be inviting somebody who have been through the process studying in a country you want to study at, and then they will share their experience, their journey, the schools they apply to, how they got their scholarship, stuff like that. And then you can also learn from it. So join us this and every Saturday. We'll be live across all the Freddy Fest social media platforms. So we'll be live on video on YouTube. We'll be live on Facebook. We'll also be live on TikTok, X, and then Instagram as well. So be part of the family. It's unfortunate I wouldn't be able to pick any more questions. My time is up. I'll talk to you some other time. If you do have questions, please go to Instagram, search for the Freddy Fest. The account is verified, just to make sure that you are messaging the right account. Make sure you see the verification mark, and then you send us a direct message. We'll be happy to respond to that. Thank you for joining, and do have a blessed day. I need you to be positive and understand that if the Freddy Fest was able to do it, you can also do it. If from Bole Bamboy, I was able to make it here, then you can also do it. It's not rocket science. It's not a big deal. It's not as if initially it used to be like only first class student, only people from rich families are able to study abroad. No, it's not like that. We being able to go through the process should also inspire you that you can also do it. All right, it's been a great conversation. Thank you for tuning in. Please be positive and understand that everything will be fine. I'll see you some other time.